Hey everybody, Goldie here, and today we're taking a look at the last character in the Money in the Bank UK month-long contest, and old sword ass, Drew McIntyre getting his fourth character in the game of Scottish descent, so fitting the theme. He is a modern era aggressive striker. Coach ability, there it is, folks. I ain't trying to say I told you so, but I'm pretty sure I told you so. Pyro gems do 25% more damage, and moves that generate pyro gems will create one more pyro gem. So he is to pyros what Acro Snoop is to Snowfall. Now, unfortunately, he can't train himself for the pyro gem damage, but alas, that is an 18k coach ability. Links, raw, any color moves start with one more move point. Modern era gems do 5% more damage. And just the one standard set of gear. I've got like 8 builds. But in fairness, 4 of them, it's the same move set. We're just changing up the entourage. So let's start with that one. Available at 2 stars. So these are the early moves. The finisher being the Claymore kick, and honestly, you can't call him master of the Claymore and not give him the Claymore as a finisher, so thank you for doing the bare minimum. 10 MP finisher, deal 358,454 damage, and choose a 3x7 area to swap into black gems. Black 2, the sleeper hold, 7 MP submission, place 10 submission gems, and do 181,985 damage for 5 turns. That's quite a substantial base amount. While submission gems are on the gem board, remaining submission gems turn into power gems of strength 178,666. And green 1, the Lariat Takedown 1 MP. Green move. Deal 155,441 damage and deal 268,000 bleed damage to your opponent for 3 turns. I know what everyone is thinking. We're moving into a gem damage meta. Why are they giving us a guy with power gems and bleed moves? I don't know. I just make previews. I don't plan the game. But so this is, we're going to start with a sub focus. We're going to do sub, bleed, power gems, and finisher. So starting with the sub focus, Woods for black MP, Kevin Owens, 3 more turns and 20% more black gem damage. Acro Shelton for 20%, Rocky Johnson for 50%, and an extra turn. I do have max tour perks. The finisher, it's like once you get there, you can get everything loaded up. Until you get there, might be a bit of a struggle, but the sub being 7 MP is going to help. And for the belts, we're using the fancy new preview strap, 30% gem damage boost, 2 sets of Fury 2s, and just going to keep the Ronda's jacket plate on for this one. Whenever you generate 3 or more submission gems, increase your yellow and black gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. So we're at 162.05. Again, this number does take into effect the percentage from the plates. But we're going to give this super sub a try against, I guess he's not modern era striker anymore. He's back with the company. So against Braun Strowman. So max tour perks and the 4 MP means we're here. In a feud, you could do, oh my goodness, there's a bunch. You could do EO for +2 and 100% move, the new Nikki for +2 and 100% sub. You could do Tori for +2 and 40% black gem. There are a lot of, you could even just do NWO Ted for 2 black, 1 green. Not that you need the 1 green for the 1 MP, but so we'll do the Lariat Takedown, get him bleeding. Gonna place our power gems. I'm gonna try to place these on one side of the board because the finisher, we're choosing a 3x7, and I don't want to destroy all my power gems with the finisher. That said, this being a super sub build, we are likely going to lose a bunch of these gems, and I already don't like this side of the board because of all the wild card implications. So let's just do that. And chokehold, so 9 turns. And you can see he's bleeding out 268 on the bleed, 309 on the sub. And we got some nice beefy power gems here, 178. Unfortunately, not ready to go now, but that is the beauty of having the submission move. We'll hit the lariat again. We'll take a swipe. What does that move even do? Destroy multiply? It does. Okay. 1 MP bleed. And our black gems are up to 66k from the Rhonda's jacket plate. Go ahead and hit the Claymore. And we're going to go here. Still have 4 power gems. Nice cascade. So 2.9. And he's still bleeding. Bit of a double stack there. So that's a nice defensive, annoying build. Let's run that again, but with bleed trainers. So we're running this back with full bleed entourage. No MP trainers. We're just trying to annoy this man with bleed. We have Apollo as a trainer for 150%, Woods as a coach for 50, Striker Seth as a trainer for 66, and Kyrie Sane for 25 as a coach. We are doing 1.04 bleed damage for 3 turns every turn. So this is going to stack a lack. No black match. Yay. That's fine. So we get to stack another one. No DJ Khaled. $2.9. More stack a lack. Stack swipe, stack swipe, stack swipe. That's going to be the name of the game here. I don't know if this is what you would run, but it's more I want to showcase the ceiling of the bleed. So we'll just, you know, stack swipe, stack swipe. So we're getting about 1 mil, just short of 1 mil from the sub. I think we have enough stacked. Oh, yeah. He done. He's done. Get him out of here. All right, so that is full bleed entourage. Let's move on and let's check out these power gems. Okay, variant number 3, we're going to focus on the power gems being left behind by the submission. Woods for black MP. The last outlaw taker for 53% more damage to the power gems. Striker Bliss for 25. And co-owner for 2 less turns. I want to keep these power gems on the board. So we'll hit the bleed first. Now, the trainers aren't going to reflect in the move description, but they will be shown once the actually like proc the damage, it'll show. I don't know how else to describe that without sounding like a complete idiot, so ignore me. Don't ignore me. Watch my video. Love me. But you know what I mean. So 3 turn bleed, 3 turn sub. There we are. So 318,000 on the power gems. There's a 2.7 million stomp. Now I am going to go a little overkill here. I don't like where I've put my power gems, so I'm going to just try to load one side. And then when we hit the finisher, we can go over here. Damn, we kept damn near all of those, huh? Were any of these moves loaded? Oh, he's going to destroy the no multiply gems. Okay, I just want to see. 5.4. Bruh. We will be re-looking at this with the 5-star build. Fear not. But whoo! Whoo! 6.7, but it's not going to scale. It's still going to be annoying as hell. All right. That is power gems. Now let's run this one more time and see what we can get this finisher hitting for. So last look at this build, I promise. But now we are going full finisher focus. Woods for Black MP, Hall of Fame Ted for 25%, Showboat Lita for 50 on the finisher, and Acro Ozka for 150. If you want to get to the finisher sooner, you can sacrifice 50% for the +2 MP and use EO, but I am looking for max value here. So I'm not even going to bother hitting these moves, honestly. I'm just going to take the black match and go from there. What we doing? 2.21. Okay, so not terrible. RVD was nice enough to let me borrow his medals. But what we can do now is just sit here and spam the finisher over and over and over again. Obviously, if you want to use the sub for the power gems, if you want to hit the bleed to speed things up, that's totally fine. We've seen this build 4 times, so I'm just going to speed run the finisher here. But 2.1 with takedown 2s. Not too shabby. Of course, the question is going to be, how does that look against a 6 silver with 30 million health? And the answer, TBD. TBD. All right. Let's switch things up and go look at the red moves. All right, so switching gears now to a more single color gem damage focus. We're going to be running the reds. Red 1, the Glasgow Kiss 6 MP, deal 247,015 damage, and choose a 7x1 area to make into pyro gems. There's the magic gem of the month. Which will modify all gems above it into red when broken by you. The reverse Alabama Slam, red 2, 6 MP, deal 163,269 damage, and choose a 7x1 area to swap into green gems. And green 2, the Spine Buster, 3 MP, deal 124,736 damage, and increase your red gem damage by 130% for 1 turn. Entourage for this. Butch for red MP. We're going to do flat 12,000 here with Nikki. I don't have Tech Stacy built up, but she would provide that as a coach as well. So I'm going to be doing Hall of Fame Snoop for 20 and Typhoon for 15. The belt is super basic. It's literally just Fury Metals and the 30% gem damage. Getting 156% on our red gems. And stay tuned for the run it back on this one, because the damage output on this alone is nice. It's going to get a whole lot nicer in the run it back. Trust me. So this is super straightforward. Hit the Spine Buster. Increase your red gem damage. We're doing 108 on the reds. Glasgow Kiss. Bottom row, because they're pyros. Pyros go up, snowfalls go down. 7x1 to make green on the bottom row to trigger the pyros. That's going to fill your boost. And that's going to turn almost the entire board into red. 5.2 mil on a crit with nobody special training them. No fancy plate, no fancy defensive plate, no running wilds, 5.2 mil. So that's going to get nasty in the run it back. Let's quickly go take a look at the 6-star move that we can throw into this build. All right, so we have brought in the 6-star move, which is the Neck Breaker. Deal 321,542 damage plus bonus damage. This number is inflated because I have the new Austin Theory on him for 50%. But triple red, pyro gems, reloads itself. Gonna be lower damage because we're not boosting the moves. But 1.7 with 50% from Theory, so that's only gonna get higher. And then without Nikki and the 3 MP boost move, well, that's a nice cascade. 2.2. So I don't think the bonus damage from the pyro gems is enough to supplement not having them. Or not having, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think this 1.4 on that. I would rather run the red gem damage. But it's nice to see what it does, right? Like I said earlier, it's a shame Drew doesn't train himself or coach himself. Not that he'd add an extra gem, but you'd get that little bit of extra damage. But definitely prefer throwing in the green move with this. If there was a way to get a second row out, then perhaps. Maybe you can do something tricky with an aftershock plate and hope for a red match. But that's too complicated for what we're trying to do here, so that's what the 6-star build looks like. Let's revert back to the black moves. I want to take a look at what he's got at 5-star. All right, so the next build I want to take a look at is triple black, no drip. The drip light is off, folks. Triple black striker, no drip. You love to see it. So the finisher, which is the Claymore, choose a 3x7 to swap into black. The sleeper hold submission that leaves power gems. And the 5-star move, which is the overhead belly-to-belly suplex, 7 MP, deal 155,441 damage, and choose 5 gems to make into power gems of strength 178,666. So I, for one, appreciate that these values are the same because we have cards where they're not, and it's super confusing and you don't know which is which. So thank you for making this the same. We have Woods for Black MP. The Last Outlaw Taker. I don't have him 26k. Can't say I plan to take him 26k anytime soon. But if you happen to have a 6 bronze Last Outlaw Taker, you'll get 75% and 2 power gems. So that would definitely benefit this build. As it stands, 53% and 1. Striker Bliss for 25%, and then Hall of Fame Nikki for 10% and an extra power gem. This is the play over Riddle. I will go into this and just show everybody. Riddle makes it 331. The 10% from Nikki, 335. Plus you get the extra gem. So make sure, if you're never sure, like, go into the stats thing when you're trying to figure out who should I be using, flat or percentage. You can check all that out here. Put in this move. It'll show you in green what the changes are. Very, very helpful tool. Hopefully we can get it to where it like shows you botch gems and juggernauts and countdowns and all that stuff as well, not just by having a move. But that is going to be the loadout here. So 7 gems for 335,893. This will apply to the submission as well. It's a visual glitch. It does not show in this screen, but once the submission is applied and the gems are on the board, they will be as strong as these ones from the overhead belly to belly. And I know it's been a minute. But since we're here, let's be here. We're going to do an armor build. What do you mean we're doing an armor build? 6-star bronze have a kick-out boost. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And it wouldn't be a preview if we didn't try. So we're going armor. 5.6 on that substat, the 20% metal, 3.6, and we happen to have a black move damage percent with that too, so you love to see it. And 5.02 on that substat. The cheap shot plate, whenever you land a gem critical hit, reduce the damage of all your opponent's gems by 50% for 1 turn. And since we're here, whenever you break 4 or more black gems, decrease your opponent's gem damage by 80% for 1 turn. Goldie, how do you get these plates? By maxing the war score competition in Feud. If you don't have any, it's fun to strive for. So including the 2 plates, we have 204% gem defense. That's stupid. That's stupid. And I know it's like 6-star bronze have an insane kick-out boost, like 80 times 80 or something. But again, it wouldn't be a preview if we didn't look. So let's see. Let's see if we can keep him down. Okay. Seeing 13k on his black gems. That's cute. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the submission first, actually. Just to get everything out here. And again, I'm going to try to keep them on one side of the board because with the finisher, we're going to be making a large area into black. And I'd like to not destroy my power gems. He can do that by matching them. I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, 35. I'm going to put out 7 more. Don't have a black match, but that's totally fine. We're going to take a swipe. 5.7. Do we even need the gem defense at this point? He's dead. He's dead. 771 on the finisher. Shout out to the tier 4, 133%er. But that'll reload everything. We're going to get a big boot to the face here. The defensive stance triggers. Oh, I wish I had a 6 silver to see if we could keep him down. I think let's run everything back and then I just want to... I'm going to wait until the finisher is loaded to do all this. All right. Good news, everyone. I went and found a showboat. So we got 16 million health and a class disadvantage. So this is going to be... this is going to be a better idea as to how everything... I'm just going to let him hit his moves and everything. I don't even care. Psych. Psych. All right. So we have a nice little 3x5 area. You got 3, 3, 5, 8, 9, 3 times 15. So that's 5 mil bonus damage right there, folks. And then we're gonna put this on this side of the board. And he no-sold it. He no-sold it, folks. All right. That's fine. Also, I love that we could match loot boxes and kick out. That's kind of fun to me. Also, let's just add 7 more of these, shall we? Kick out of this. Kick out of this. 8.2. Okay, so even with a bunch of armor on the belt, they're going to no-sell the first go. But the second time, I just wanted to see. One more annoying build I want to run. I know I said I had 7. Surprise, I have 8. Let's run one more. All right, last build. Bleed, submission, power gems. Because why not? No MP trainers, because we're just going for full shenanigans here. Shout out to Davey D. Apollo for 150% more bleed. TLO taker, 53% to the power gems and one more. Bliss for 25% to the power gems, and then Hall of Fame Nikki for 10% and one more. We're keeping the armor belt that doesn't actually do anything. But we're just going to start stacking and swiping. Now, we're not going to recycle anything other than matching gems. But that's fine. We're just trying to be an annoyance. Just trying to be an annoyance. And that means we can put these anywhere. Ah, there we go. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so we kept 6 of the 10. That's nice. That's nice. Let's go ahead and hit the bleed again, shall we? Loot boxes are usually a safe bet. We'll go for blue because neither him nor I will be targeting them. And we can just break the loot boxes anyways. That's totally fine. It's totally fine. And go ahead and bleed some more. Ooh, we got the cheap shot plate. Not that it's going to do anything in the sub, but it's nice to know that it works. There we go. Now we get to play the game of how are we going to pin him? If you're just leaving a card on defense, though, does it matter? The AI will figure it out. They always do. $7.1. Oh my god, that's silly. Oh, that's silly. Yeah, no idea how this is going to scale against characters with 30 million health. But I mean, if you're doing 7.1 on a frickin' swipe, it's not going to take much, so... definitely, with this build anyways, definitely a card built for defense. The Reds is definitely built for offense. We'll talk about that a little more in a different video, but let's wrap things up. So that concludes our first look at Drew McIntyre, Master of the Claymore, maybe known more affectionately as Old Sword Ass. Thanks, Paul Heyman, for that. I've literally been calling him that ever since. To reiterate, a modern era aggressive striker, and he is the Pyro Gem equivalent coach to Acro Snoop. Pyro Gems do 25% more damage. Moves that generate Pyro Gems will create one more. So definitely some value in the coach here. Links, raw, any color moves start with one more remove point. Gems do 5% more damage. Modern era. Can we get a Scotland link already? Can we get a Scotland link? Can we get Gallus in the game? Can we just get this over with? Please make me happy. Kind of looks like a trickster with the background, but I guess I can kind of see if they were going with the Scottish flag, maybe some blue and white, but yeah. We got a new Drew, folks. You're definitely going to want to turn those notifications on for the run it back. That's going to get insane. Again, 5.2 mil with basic stuff. It's going to get nutty. You're not going to want to miss it. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Be sure to like, share with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified when my next gameplay video comes out. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for being a friend.